nigga shit I do a lot of. Nigga, we be sipping out the bottle.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the Cedi Investor. So let's say you have 50,000 Ghana cedis. Where are you going to invest it? I think this is one question that sometimes a lot of investors, especially the newer investors, or even people who don't really invest, are confused about. It's one question that I wouldn't say struggle, just because I haven't invested that amount of money yet. Hopefully in the near future I would be investing that amount of money. I think the answer is not a one-size-fits-all answer. It's really dependent on your goals and objectives when it comes to investing. Personally, I have a preference of investing into stocks. I think stocks are just wonderful, and it's one of the best way to grow your wealth in Ghana. So I have a preference for it. But I can also understand people who really prefer treasury bills and fixed income deposits and other fixed income instruments. So in today's video, I'm really going to go over why I personally prefer stocks, but also go over some of the benefits of treasury bills and why you should invest in it if that is your preference. So let's get into the video. When you look at the stock market, the Ghana stock market, comparing it to the fixed income market is not even close. The fixed income market is way bigger compared to the Ghana Stock Exchange. The stock market is now growing, and I think even over the past 6 years, it's had losses. The Ghana Composite Index has had losses for about 3 of them, and it really did start picking up over the past 3 years. So it's really in the early phases and there's not even a lot of investors in the Ghana Stock Exchange. There's not a lot of volume being traded. It was over the past 2 years that volume picked up because volumes on the bond markets and treasury bill markets reduced because of the whole DDP thing. And even with those trading, it's really fund managers, institutional investors. There's not really a lot of retail investors. So I can promise you it will be very difficult if you want to get into investing into stocks. Another hurdle for stock investing is you really have to research and know a lot, because you're investing into companies. You have to know where they stand. If you like those types of companies, are they performing well? What are they doing? Are they growing earnings for you? Are they returning value back to shareholders? There's just a lot of things that you need to know. You have to be able to read and understand balance sheets, statements of financial position, cash flow statement, a whole lot. So it's never easy, especially when it comes to investing into equities. So I think that's why a lot of people don't really do it when it comes to the Ghanaian market. And I'll also advise you that if you don't have the time to do all that research and all those things, you should probably be looking into either mutual funds or into the fixed income market like bonds and treasury bills. So that's maybe the critique I'll give to the stock market. But I think one thing that's very fascinating to me is that being able to own part of a company where it's like you are a shareholder of a company is very exciting to me. I don't know why. And also having 2 ways to make money, through either capital appreciation and also through dividend payments, even if the company pays out dividends, and even them doing share buybacks to give you more value as a shareholder. It's very exciting. I just really prefer the various ways of making money when it comes to equity investing. Also, according to research, over the long-term period, equity investing always outperforms the treasury bill market, because when it comes to treasury bills, you are lending money to the government and it's a fixed rate based on the prevailing macro conditions of the country at that point in time. When it comes to shares, you are buying the company. Some years or some quarters might perform bad, some quarters might be very, very good. But over the long-term period, if the company is consistently growing its revenue, its top line, its earnings, and the company is also growing in terms of profitability, the value of the company in terms of maybe the market cap increases and increases and increases. And that also leads back to you, the shareholder, gaining more value. So over the long term, usually stocks outperform treasury bill markets. And I think that's even maybe one reason why I resonate so much with stocks, because Personally, I'm not investing for the short term, but I'm looking at the next 5 to 10 to even 20 years period. You understand? So that's why even if you look at the Cedi farm portfolio, we are currently down 1.92%. And a lot of people will be scared seeing this. It comes back to my strategy and also looking at what those companies are doing. When you take a company like MTN, I bought that around 2.923 Ghana cedis, so an average price of like 3.1 Ghana cedis, and the company is currently traded at 2.9. Seeing that you have lost value, a lot of value, about 3 to 4% of my money, which looking in the short term is very bad within a short space of time. I think within like 2 months period. But when I look at what MTN is doing, how it's growing its revenue, and looking at all the factors and fundamentals of the company, they've placed themselves in a very great position where I see them growing the company to like new levels over the next 5 to 10 years. So I'm not really scared about that investment. If you do have the time to do research and have some form of capital available, I'll always advise that you just try out and see how stock investing is. But if you don't, trading bills is more than okay. At the end of the day, being invested is the goal. Doesn't matter what you are investing in, as long as you are comfortable with it. So if you are someone who is maybe looking within the short term, maybe a 1 to 2 at most 3 year period, and you don't really like a lot of risks, you are really more risk averse, and you want guaranteed money, I'll recommend trading bill. It's one of the best and safest investments you can make, because you are literally giving money to government. They tell you that, oh, we are paying you maybe 15% return on your money for a 1 year period. So if someone asks me right now, where will I invest 50,000 Ghana cedi? Like I said earlier, it's not a one size fits all. You have to ask yourself a couple of questions. 1, what is your goal for investing? Why are you investing? 2, are you investing for the short term or long term? 3, are you risk averse or risk savvy? Are you willing to take the risks, or are you more of not willing to take the risks? 4, I think even age is a factor. If you are younger, I would say you can take more risks, because even if anything goes wrong, you have more time to recover from those risks. But if, let's say, you are more of on the older side, where maybe you have family, you have a wife to cater for, children to cater for, school fees is not easy, so you get all those things to do, I would probably say your risk level is way low. And also depends on the amount of money you have on hand. So I'll even say, depending on the goal, maybe are you saving to like buy a car, are you saving for an emergency fund, for school fees? Like, depending on all those things, you have to really think about it, and that will determine if you should invest into treasury bills, into stocks, into fixed deposit, into mutual funds, into bonds, into fixed deposits. All of these are options available to you. That's the end of this video. But one thing that I'll probably say is that diversification is one of the best things. It's even in the Bible. Diversify. So you don't necessarily have to like pick one and stick to it, and that's the end of the thing. I occasionally invest into treasury bills, even though I'll probably say majority of my money is invested into stocks. I do occasionally buy treasury bills. I think maybe I haven't tried fixed deposit before. Bonds is something I want to try. I think the government said they'll start issuing bonds on around September, October. So probably I would want to try that. So if I do, I'll probably come and let you guys know. And if you guys have invested in any of those other investments, let me know. I'll appreciate it. So that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what your thoughts are. Do you agree with me? What types of investments do you usually go for? Are you more for stocks or for treasury bills? I'd love to know. And make sure to subscribe to the channel, share, and like the video. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.